Yeah. All right. So let's check everything out here. Hey, everybody. Hope you're out there. Hope you can hear me. So that's first and foremost. Let me see. Let's see if I can get the chat up and running. And yeah, it looks like we
waiting for the notification to come in that it's live.
Okay, so according to this, we're streaming.
Yes, it just started.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, all right. So that's good. Just
you could just noodle around until until there's like 10 or 15 people.
Test out the chat, see if it's working. Hey, Eric.
He got it before I did. It sounds extra good today. It sounds different.
Happy Friday. At the office doing corporate returns. Oh, nice. All right, here we go. So we're going to do, I had done in Rainbows from the basement version, right?
Is that what it was?
Only. Yeah, and so I guess there were a couple of songs missing from that were on the album version. So I'm going to get a couple of those, do the album versions of those, and then do the B-sides. I think that sounds like a plan. So, we'll probably get started in a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Let me check the count.
It's so funny, I play guitar all the time, every week. I'm playing 2 or 3 nights a week, and sometimes I'll have a guitar and just in a weird place I'll pick up a guitar and someone will go play something, and I'll go
what?
Nothing comes to mind, and I'm like, do I even know? Yeah, do I even know anything? It's funny how that works, So, who do we have here? Evgeny, one of my favorite Radiohead albums. Okay, Saki Rocket. I know I love these names. Will Torrens, yeah, let's switch. Yeah, no, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. As corny as it is, that stuff is so much fun to play. Oh, there it goes.
Look what Malcolm McDougall said. He just read that one too at the same time.
Get some mojitos. There you go. There you go.
I just made fresh mojitos for my wife and I. Let's go. Oh yay, Easter deer's here. We have mojitos too.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Notification popped up, and while I'm working on overnight shift as a photographer, documenting a lift shaft being installed at a new train station.
That's pretty crazy.
That is pretty random. Wow.
Oh, look, Tucker said, or Tuckman said, I just got home from the Venetian scheme. Errol liked it, right?
You know, myself.
I was just typing that.
I feel very safe.
Look at the chat.
Yeah, I loved that movie. I thought it was great.
Is this supposed to be in here? What's it say on it? 18 minutes. How much time do we... He's like, we landed 10. Myself, I feel very safe.
Myself, I feel very safe. Great movie. It was a lot of fun. And it's funny, you know, when it first started, I was like, it doesn't, the colors aren't popping like the other movies that I've seen, and I'm like, it was like, okay, what's going on here? Don't tell, you know. And I was really worried that maybe it wasn't going to be great, you know, and it just, it all came together, and it was freaking amazing.
Once the gap made sense to me,
Michael Cera was great.
Yeah, so good.
He was so good.
I love when he turns around, he's like, this is the real me, and he like puts his collar up and messes up his hair.
Yeah, that was great.
But I saw people commenting who hadn't seen the movie online being like, why, in the trailer, going, why does Michael Cera have a bad Norwegian accent? Like, they couldn't have found someone better, and then people are commenting going, well, you have to watch the movie.
You have to watch the movie,
sense. Yeah. He's not Norwegian.
Yeah, I thought he was very good. I thought there was a depth to his character that was, you know, it was a tongue in cheek, but there was still depth to the character.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. How about name that song? No.
Do you still have the
Anyway,
other little camera up? The
little guitar camera?
Yeah, just curious.
Yeah, there it is.
Cool.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, it works out pretty good.
Tuckman says yes. I know all the yes licks.
Cool.
He says, can you do the clap?
The clap.
I mean, like, I'm like, yeah, there was probably 10 years of my life where you played that every day.
It's been a while. Missed it. Right? Oh, geez, I forget it. Anyway, something like that. All right.
A lot of comments came in for that.
Since I'm grinning like a moron.
He says, kudos to Errol for playing it. Kudos to me for being the best at requests.
There you go. There you go. You know, I always joke around when I'm at a gig or something. I go, you know, we do take requests. And then I go, you know, we don't often do them. We take them all the time, you know.
You could yell them
And
out.
what was the other one?
When I was little, me and Biddy used to think this was a Spanish song.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, because we never heard it. It was just this, you playing this. So we always be like, what is that Spanish song Dad's playing? Then I got older and I was like, oh, what?
I forget it. There it is, yeah. There it goes. Something like that. Anyway, yeah, this then it's something like that. It's just I was so into that band, you know. Of course, I'm sitting here trying to hold the guitar in a way that you could see the guitar, so it's a little unnatural.
In a computer chair.
Elias of Sun Hillow, yeah. No, I actually don't know that one, but I loved that album. You know, when they started putting out the solo albums, I bought Elias of Sun Hillow, and I was going to Berklee College of Music at the time, and it was just so trippy and so cool, you know. And an interesting thing that I just recently read an interview with John Anderson talking about that album, and he said he was scared out of his mind doing that album because he played most of, if not all, of the parts himself, and he was having such a hard time like holding it together and is it going to be good and everything, and it ended up being such a cool album, you know. And the other album I loved was Chris Squire's Fish Out of Water. I love that album. That album is just such a special album, you know. It's great. Really cool. Really cool. So. Yeah, so here we go. Anyway, so I'm having too much fun playing guitar now, so...
well, you have to do a Yes stream for all the Yes fans.
Yeah, I'd have to really kind of get my chops back up on that stuff, boy. I haven't done that. I forget it. Starship Trooper? Jeez, it's been a long time. And what was it? It's just such good stuff, man.
Yeah,
that's just such good.
Richard said jam session stream.
Yeah, so I may do a live stream. I'm working on it now. So with my band, I may just take like a core of 3 of us, the drummer, the guitar player, and myself, and do a little live stream.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Of us doing some stuff. Yeah, just all sorts of requests, cool stuff, you know, whatever we could do.
But with a band. Like,
and I was talking to him, and I was talking to the drummer, and I said, we have so many Radiohead fans out there, you know. Do you want to try to do put together a Radiohead song? Now I'm being real careful
Greg
with this.
Would be good.
I said because I'm not the guy to sing it, because Greg could sing it.
You could do a cool version of it.
Yeah, well, we would put our own.
Sing it like the album.
Yeah, we'd put our own spin on it, you know, which would be pretty cool.
For reference, Greg,
anyway, we're thinking about that.
Has a very, very high voice. He can do all the Stevie Wonder, so if there was Radiohead, it would be him.
You know. Yeah. Lucky Live, yeah, that would be great. Lucky, all those songs are so good. Now that big organ sound, you know. I can't even. Yeah. All right, that's for another day.
I just love all these comments.
Yeah. All right, so let's do it. Let's get going. Before I think of something else. And I was a big Hendrix fan, so you know any Hendrix stuff. Yeah, you know. Anyway, good stuff. All right, let's get going. So. What did we not do on the full album? We did 15 Steps.
So you did most of it, but you only heard From the Basement. You didn't do... There's one down there called Faust Arp. All the Way at the Bottom.
Uh-huh.
Which is actually a really good song. And I think you might have only... I mean, okay, so I just put it in the chat, but he only did in
Michael
Rainbows.
Stipe. Okay, yeah.
What did he say?
Michael Stipe singing Lucky.
He only did In the Basement of this, and that was like kind of a long time ago now. That was like probably 6 months ago.
So
when you listened to it. So there's like 1 or 2 songs on here you've never heard.
Okay, so
and
let's
the majority of them are just a little different.
All right, so the ones I didn't hear were, I know I heard Nude, Weird Fishes. I love.
That one you heard because like album version because you saw the video.
Bodysnatchers did.
You did not. You did.
I never heard that.
You only heard that live, and I remember you being like, "I like this one," but you never heard it.
Okay,
you know.
so let's do Bodysnatchers.
Is anyone gonna kill us? Do we need to start from the beginning, or is that okay?
What do you think? What do you think, guys? Should I do? Do you want me to do the full album? You guys want the full album, or do you want just the ones?
And if you feel like I've heard this one enough times, you could skip it.
Nah, that's gonna make somebody crazy.
So, do you want to just start from the beginning then?
No. Well, we'll do them. All right, let's let it run.
All right.
Let's see. Michael Jigsaw.
A longer album anyway. It's shorter, so like time wise.
It's short.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see what we could do here.
How did you get the chat to stay up while you were clicked on that window below it?
That's a damn good question. I don't know. Let's see if we can get this up. Yeah, there it is. So let's start with. Well, we'll start with the first tune. I'm gonna jump around. I'm gonna do the tunes that I haven't done before, and if somebody in here wants me to do something that's
a good idea.
Just let me know. Let me know. So let's start with the first.
Everyone's like, just the whole thing. Why do people do the whole
really?
thing? They are pretty. Some of them are pretty different.
Yeah, really cool tune in 5. You know that just a cool tune, man. The way it just keeps moving and everything like that, and I just love how they're playing a chord and all of a sudden they go to something that's completely normally out of context, and they pull it off.
Oh, is that the dog? Oh.
Yeah, that's the Poochie out there. So there must be something very threatening happening out there.
Her mother is probably home.
Yeah. So anyway, cool tune. I like this. Cool tune. So let's keep going. Let's see what else is on here.
Yeah, so this one I never heard album, but you liked it live.
I do not understand
Bodysnatchers?
Yeah.
what it is. I don't know. But for the holes, check for holes. Blink your eyes, won't forget till you know. I've no idea what I'm talking about. I'm trapped in this world, can't get sound, move backbone, pale imitation. When the edges are sunrise, I have no idea what you are talking about. Your mouth moves on me when someone's hands are yours. There's a light cut out for you, because the light's gone out for me. It is the 21st century. It is the 21st century. If I fall by the door, it brought me to my knees. It got scared and put me in. It got scared and put me in. All the lights on our face, all the lights on our face. A place to see, a place to see.
Yeah, that was freaking frantic
I know.
at the end. Yeah. And then licks going on in there, and I love that guitar at the end where he's sliding up to those high notes,
Yeah,
and they
that's the
just
best
sound.
part.
I just love that. I gotta hear that's. Just with so much crazy distortion on there, like but sometimes he's overshooting it and getting that I don't know exactly what it was, if it was an F on top to the D, but that was cool as hell. I like that.
Before you start the next one,
Yeah.
I'm curious, because you listened to this a long time ago, but now that you've heard a lot more, I'm wondering when you think this album is from. I'm just curious.
Oh.
I'm just curious.
When do I think this album is from?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds more current than
Just
it
curious.
probably is.
Because, like,
I can't even tell you when I'm from.
I know, I'm like...
I don't... damn.
So the last one was Hail the Thief, which was like 2002, 2003, I think.
Zappa.
What's that song he has with the really, really, really weird title?
Zoodalours?
No, there's something with like a super weird...
Peaches and Regalia?
Yeah, I think it's Peaches. Yeah, that one.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Peaches and Regalia.
That one's always on the radio.
I love that song.
What the hell?
But there's one really good version of it. The version of it on Hot Rats is like an early version, and it's got the saxophones in it, and they sound a little bit like kazoos. They sound a little weird. But there's, I think, on a later album, there's a crushing version of it. That's so cool. Anyway, in Rainbows, what's next? Let's see.
Well, it's 2007, just so you know.
This is 2007?
It's right before 2008. I was in high school when this came out, which is weird to think about.
2007.
Because I started high school.
Yeah, I was already old.
But still, it's like, it's not that long ago, really.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I remember this one.
Yeah, I think you only heard this one too in the basement version, so there wasn't all the background. Yeah, you did.
Don't get it.
This is like your favorite
that's so great. That's really cool.
Yeah.
There's so many cool little starts, on this that goes up to the major.
Everybody was saying something about that I didn't realize. Was at the beginning is the end played backwards.
Oh, is it really? Yeah.
Yeah, which I would have like never noticed something like that.
Interesting. And then he played around with this,
Yeah.
and sometimes he
That's
went up
the
to
best
that.
part.
Yeah, and went up to it quicker. Really, really interesting choice of. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's almost as if he challenges himself to constantly find something unusual and that's not done before. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I hear that Tom York does really pushes the limits of what the average person's ear can handle. You know what I mean? And once you get used to it, it's fine. It's fine. This is not too out there, but some of the stuff he does is just really out there, and it's just amazing. How just his sensibility for harmony. This one is. Let's see what the next one is. That one was. That was Nude?
Yes.
Oh, and this is Weird Fishes. I love this song.
Yeah.
I love this song.
It's so good.
So this will be my official third time hearing this song. So this is.
Oh, true.
This
You heard
is-
it once with the video, and you said, the video is distracting, but really cool.
I love
And
the
then you
video.
heard it.
I love the video. It's like Wes Anderson on
Yeah,
acid.
literally.
It's just so great. All right, I got to hear this. I love this song. Sorry, I gotta try to figure it out.
In the deepest ocean, the bottom of the sea.
What would that be? E minor, F sharp minor? That's an A?
They tell me why should I stay here? Why should I stay?
so cool. That song is just so interesting.
Best.
Right.
Yeah.
So cool. And then at the end, with the yes. Oh, cool. Really cool song. I love that. That's a great tune. Weird fishes with the worms and get eaten by the worms
Yeah.
and the weird fishes. It's just so cool. That's so cool. All right. Where are we going, folks? What's next? What's this?
Oh no, I got confused for a second.
You got excited there for a
I
minute.
did, because I was just talking about something and I was like, oh no. You're on the
I'm on the wrong one.
the B-sides one. You heard this
All I Need?
maybe once? Maybe
I
not.
don't remember this. What is that? C or D, Bob?
It's a verb.
C.
Next step, waiting in the wings.
Maybe you've never heard this.
I'm an animal
It's a good song though.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
trapped in
If you did,
your
it was
call.
not a memorable moment. It's really good.
I am all the days that you choose to ignore. You are all I need. You're all I need. I'm in the middle of your picture,
Wrong one.
Yeah, it's all I need.
lying in the reeds. I am all who just wants to share your life. I'm just an insect trying to get out of the night. I'm still because there are no others. You're all I need. You're all I need. I'm in the middle of your picture, lying in the reeds.
So that song reminds me, believe it or not, it reminded me a little bit of the Chris Squire "Fish Out of Water."
Really?
Boom, that with those chords going. What song was it? Silently Falling? No. Hold Out Your Hand.
Oh, someone was talking
Chris
about
Squire.
that before.
Chris Squire, Hold Out Your Hand. That sounded to me a little bit like that, and that's such a good song that I'm just gonna play a little snippet of it. If this computer will
Open a 10th window.
yeah, right. It had a little bit of that vibe to it. Brown going down. Let me see. That.
Yeah. Oh my god, you had that album on the shelf for like
Yeah.
the whole time I was alive.
One of my favorite albums.
Yeah, the Traffic album.
You know that.
Yeah. Is this an 80s?
Anyway,
Or
70s.
late 70s?
Late 70s.
It sounds like almost 80s.
That's such a good album. All right. Anyway, so there was a little vibe of that to hear. So that's why I got a big kick out of this. You know, yeah, it's Chris Squire. You know, kind of to diverge a little bit from this. You know, when I first listened to Yes, I really loved his bass sound, but it was against everything that you knew about what a bass should sound like. You know, you shouldn't play with a pick, and you shouldn't have that much of a tinny song. You should have a big bottom and stuff like that. Man, he just rewrote the book on what a cool bass sound like. And when you watch a lot of these young guys now, who, you know, way, you know, never would have heard any of this stuff. They listen to Yes now. One of the things, first of all, they're blown away, and then they're always talking about the bass. You know how good the bass is. You know. Anyway, so very cool song. What else do we got here? Radiohead. What's next?
This you never heard ever.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine. It's on again, off again, on again. Watch me fall like dominoes.
there you go.
Pretty patterns, fingers in the blackbird pie. I'm tingling, tingling, tingling. It's what you feel now, what you ought to. Reasonable, sensible. There from the neck up. I guess I'm stuck. Without your head in even no, for no real reason. Squeeze the tubes and empty bottles. I think about it's what you feel now, what you ought to. The only thing that's in the room is tumbling, duplicate, plastic bags in duplicate and triplicate. There from the neck up, I guess I'm stuck. Without your head in even no. Exactly where do you get out? Is enough. I love you, but enough is enough. And I stop. There's no real reason.
I stopped it a little too soon. Sorry. That was so cool. That I really like that. Very Beatlesque. I know some
Yeah.
people are going to say, but yeah,
No, it's true, though.
sound like a George Martin kind of a string arrangement there with the cellos in there. Really cool. The
So
chord
that's all
progression.
Johnny, and he composes for films.
This is Johnny.
That's like his whole arrangement. And he writes a lot of stuff for films.
Really interesting.
Wake
Yeah.
Easter Deer says Blackbird-esque.
Right. So interesting. I just want to hear what those chords are. They're very, really, really interesting. So it's a, because normally you'd want to hear, going down, but then he goes down to something really unusual.
wakey, rise and shine. It's on again, off again, on again. Watch me fall like dominoes in pretty patterns.
Was that your pick?
So he goes to, so you have this figure happening over B minor. And then he goes to the major key.
Fingers in the backbone pie and tingling, tingling, tingling. It's what you feel now, what you ought to. Reasonable, sensible, different than they go. But guess I'm stuck. We thought you had it, but no.
That's just so. And then there was like this weird, like Lydian kind of a lick in there, like a sharp 4 kind of thing happening.
Guess I'm stuck. We thought you had it, but no. For no real reason, squeeze.
So that's really interesting. Really, really an interesting sound. Not, something you normally wouldn't hear when if you're holding these notes, what you'd normally hear people going.
Yeah.
But this is much more dissonant. And the only other time I really know this is.
Yeah, Dear Prudence, yeah.
There's kind of an example of that sound. Kind of that idea. So really interesting. And then so you have this figure go into that major. Really, really interesting with all those little inner lines and those cello lines in there. Everything really cool. That was a surprise. I like this a lot.
Tuck had a good comment. He said, I don't understand how strange the notes are they choose, and they always sound normal.
Exactly. Yeah. I can't agree with that more. You say that every time. You'll be like, this shouldn't be like this. Right, because, if the average person is writing something, they'd go, oh, shit, no, not that. That's, I didn't mean to play that. That's the wrong note. That's weird. And these guys will pull it off, and it'll be like, oh, that's really, really interesting, And I think, I may have, sometimes I'll listen to some music that's unfamiliar to me or new, and I'll hear something, and I'll go, they're just picking weird notes to sound weird. They don't really understand what they're doing, and that bugs me. Because there are bands that do that, and they're just weird to sound weird, and and again, I don't have any specific examples, and I'm sure I listened to stuff around the era this music was coming out, and had I heard this, I might have dismissed it and said, it's they're just doing this to be weird, but in context now of hearing a lot of their discography, I'm thinking, I can see that this is meticulously put together, and it's really intelligent. It's really clever. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
I'm wondering what else was coming out then.
REM was happening and things like that.
Things you would have been hearing on the radio. Probably stuff like that.
Very Beatlesque, because I'm hearing the reverb for the drums only on one side, and the guitar only on the other side. Very, very early Beatles stereo. Reckoner. I did hear this.
Well, I think only live.
Can't take
Because we separate ripples on a blank
Let's go. That's nice.
Yeah, so
I like that synth at the end there.
it's like so different from the whole song, but also fits perfect.
It sounds like, French horns, like
Yeah.
low kind of synth horns, and very, very evocative. I remember. What I remember about this song is saying, it's the same technique as.
So someone was just saying here that Tom was trying to recreate a John Frusciante
Right.
sound
Right.
with this song. So
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, that was probably this time. Is it the By the Way album?
Yeah,
I
so
think that was, like,
it
2000.
reminds me of that. That technique, you know, so using that idea of the root and then the third an octave above the third that's right next to the root. Interesting sound. Yeah, I like this. It's just, and the lyrics are you know, yeah, Reckoner, you can't take it with you, dancing for your pleasure.
Oh, 1999.
You're not to blame, bittersweet distractor, dare not speak its name, dedicated to all human beings. Because we separate like ripples on a blank shore. Because we separate, Reckoner, take me with you, dedicated to all human beings. So
Matt R said the 80s fade out. Kinda.
yeah, it's just, it just sounds like a, you know, I don't know, it sounds like a faith kind of based lyric. You know, I may be totally wrong. Sometimes I'll read into these lyrics and go, oh, you know, this and that. And then you read, nah, he was pissed at someone and he wrote this specifically for them, you know. This sounds to me like, you know, I don't know about God, but
we looked up this last time too.
Is that yeah?
I think so.
Is this like, it was probably political. So it's like,
evokes a sense of judgment, accountability, and
Yeah.
the weighing of one's actions in the face of death or transition.
done.
So,
exactly, yeah. So cool. All right, let's move on to the next song. You guys all with me out here?
Yeah.
How we doing out there? It's like a gig.
Yeah.
How we doing out there? Everybody having a good time? House of Cards.
I always like this song. I like this whole album.
How you say that? Ninth? That's nice bass line.
I had a long week. Okay. I had 95.
And that would be
I don't wanna be your friend. I just wanna be your lover. No matter how it ends, no matter how it starts, forget about your house of cards, and now they're mine. Forget about your house of cards, and now they're mine. And fall off the table, get swept on me.
two chord. Nice.
Infrastructure will collapse from vaulted spikes. Throw your keys in the bowl, kiss your heart's blown goodnight. And forget about your house of cards and I'll do mine. Forget about your house of cards.
like that. That's so cool. Really cool song. Lyrically, it's a little harder to discern what's happening there. I don't want to be your friend. I just want to be your lover. Okay, that's simple enough. Yeah, we've all been there. No matter how it ends, no matter how it starts. All right, we all have urges. You know, come on.
Friends with benefits.
Come on, yeah. Forget about your house of cards, and I'll do mine. Forget about your house of cards, and I'll do mine. And fall off the table, and get swept under. Okay, denial. What are we denying here? It sounds like are we denying it after the fact, or are we denying the fact that we both want it?
Probably that.
I think that's what it is. The infrastructure will collapse. Okay, so you're gonna throw away your inhibitions.
A fragile and precarious
from
relationship
voltage spikes.
On
Okay.
the verge of collapse.
Throw your keys in the bowl. Kiss your husband goodnight. So this is where it's a little weird.
So
throw
there's
your
the answer.
Yeah, throw your keys in the bowl. Kiss your husband goodnight. I guess symbolically, and forget about your house of cards, and I'll do mine. We're both in shitty relationships, so let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's fall off the table, get swept under. Your ears should be burning. Denial. Your ears should be burning.
Well, your ears are ringing when someone's talking about you.
Yeah. So, yeah. Then again, it could be about politics. I don't know what these guys. I don't know. No, I think it's pretty clear what this is about. Cool song. I like that. I just like the vibe.
That's what everyone else is saying too. They're like, worst song on the album. Love the vibe. I'm
Yeah,
like, I love this song.
Right. Exactly right. So when I first started listening to this song, I go, well, this song to me is not about the music. This song to me is about the lyrics. And I hear the music first. So I'm sitting here going, oh yeah, okay, we got the 2 chord, we got the 5 chord, and the lyrics are just gone in one ear and out the other. So that's why I had to step back after the song was done and look at the lyrics, because I liked the vibe of the music, but it wasn't as cohesive as far as the music and the lyrics fitting together. This is one where you got to stop, you got to look back at the lyrics and go, okay, all right, now I'm getting a full picture of it. I couldn't get it all at the same time. So cool, I like it. But as far as a challenging listening experience, not really. It's pretty just a laid back vibe. With lots of reverb, man. Lots of reverb.
Yes.
All right, what is this? I heard a big yes from Allie. Okay.
Jigsaw falling into place.
They're killing me with these chords. There it is. Okay.
Just as you take my hand, just as you write my number down, just as the drinks arrive, just as they play your favorite song, as your bladder disappears. No one could wind up like a spring before you had too much. your cat grin, all blurring into one. This place is on a mission before the night out, before the animal noises closer get killers, before you come at all. Between the notes, the beat goes round and round. The beat goes round and round. Really got there. I just pretended that I was a blowing instrument. As I set up shotgun, come on and let it out. Come on and let it out. Come on and let it out. Come on and let it out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I love that song.
There's so many cool things in there.
This is probably my favorite on the
Yeah,
album.
yeah. So many cool things. And those, I love those string lines at the end. Those are so cool. They sounded,
Oh, yeah.
let me hear them again. They weren't the notes, but the but not the notes, but the actual samples maybe, or the actual arrangement of the strings had a very Kashmir. Mm-hmm. It sounded a little bit like the string lines in Kashmir, you know, ba da ba da 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 da, you know, those lines. There was something similar, had a cool vibe to it. Neat song. I like it. It's just, what can I say? It's just really good stuff.
The next one you definitely need lyrics for, because I think we're on the last song now.
The next one I need lyrics for. Okie dokie. The next one is
Should be Videotape.
Videotape. Okay.
You never heard this one album. It's a little different than the one on from the basement.
When I'm at the pearly gates, this will be on my videotape.
When I'm at the pearly gates, this will be on my videotape, my videotape. And if a star flees is just beneath and is reaching up This is one for the good days, and I have it all here in red, blue, green, and red, blue, green. And you are my center when I spin away out of control.
Wow, interesting. Interesting bass line in that. You know, with so you have that upper part repeating over and over with the bass line changing underneath it. Really interesting. So when I'm at the pearly gates, this will be on my videotape. When Mephistopheles is just beneath and he's reaching up to grab me, this is one for the good old days. And I have it all here in red, blue, and green. You are my center when I spin away out of control on videotape, on videotape. This is my way of saying goodbye because I can't do it face to face. So I'm talking to you before, no matter how it happens now. You shouldn't be afraid because I know today has been the most perfect day I've ever seen. Interesting and a little bit of a bittersweet way to end the album. So I mean, I'm taking this at face value of a person saying goodbye and thinking about when his time to go and what the videotape is like the culmination. Interesting how that the videotape is, I think, a metaphor for his life. Interesting. I know that when my dad was getting older and my mom, I took a lot of videotape because I wanted my kids to know what their grandfather and grandmother were like and whatever. So I took a lot of video. And of course, one of the problems is that during that time span, there were 3 different formats that were happening. So at first it was VHS with those big old clunky camcorders, and then there were the smaller cassettes, and then there was digital cassette tapes. So they were all 3 formats. And anyway, so I have all those tapes sitting in a box along with all the 8mm movies my dad took when I was a kid. Problem is, I can't watch them. I can't.
Why?
They're too sad.
Oh, I could watch them.
Oh, I know you guys
I
can.
would like to watch them.
But I mean, I watch them and I go, I last about 5 minutes and then I just go, oh my God. But yeah, no, if
They don't make you feel happy at all, though?
I thought they would.
I think you have to get past the sad part, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, I thought they would, and it's hard. But yeah, I mean, they shouldn't just sit in a box though. So we should get together. We should do something where we sit down.
I'm pretty sure we have a whole bin of like 80 VHSs down.
Yeah. So what I did was like early. This would have been in like the 90s. When I realized, everybody was getting older, I got my parents and some friends of my parents together and showed the movies while I used the camcorder. Oh. So I would get all of their comments like, oh, there's Uncle Jimmy, and oh, there's, oh, remember
you're not
that
know
one?
Who those people are.
Yeah, because it's a terrible thing once you lose that videotape, so to speak. Once those people are gone, everything, all the information goes with them, So so that's how this song affected me. This will be on my videotape. This is my videotape. So the idea is that I'm capturing the essence of who I was on this videotape. So very cool.
Let me make sure we're still live.
Are we still out there, folks?
I think we disconnected. I don't know, because some people are commenting, but some people are not. So
some people say, well, we're still over here. We're still streaming.
Okay, so I guess we're good. It might just be, unfortunately, 1 or 2 people. So we're good then. I thought we might have, but we're not.
Yeah, I have all the old 8mm films that my dad was pretty good about taking movies, and it was an old 8mm thing, and you'd have to go in somewhere dark and put the film in and wind it through the thing, and then it was a crank. You cranked it. It was like a wind up thing, and it would go for a certain amount of time. I think the film were like 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long, something like that. Yeah, and then you had to go get them developed and everything, and you crossed your fingers that they came out. Look, the World's Fair, 1965, whatever it is. And so yeah, I've got them all now, and I went to a junk store, like an antique store, and I bought an old film projector, and I even played some of it the other day. I got some out, the other day, a couple months ago, and I recorded something on the camcorder of it. So it's pretty cool.
Do you still got that JVC one?
We had some video stutter, all good on my end.
Yeah, it
okay.
seems good though.
Okay,
it was probably
video
just
stutter.
the internet.
Yeah, it must have been the internet. Maybe something got messed up. His out. I wonder what's going on.
For some reason.
Yeah. Well.
Will you live in New York, Josh, or?
Yeah. Yep. So. And now a word from our sponsors.
Yeah, everybody says, okay, flip the record over now.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, all right, let's do the B-sides. Let's do it. In Rainbows Disc 2. All right.
This is the one where in the basement,
Okay.
and Phil are both playing the drum.
Chief of police, a vice chancellor, Lord and Lady blah blah, the vicar and the judge. You're all dancing to my little red book because you bit me, bit me. Oh, got the poison, and now I want more.
You have it.
If you are on the top, then it is a long drop. The pyramid is power, you change your body out. If you are on the top, then it is a long drop. If you stare into the dark will stare back into your soul. I'm taking you down, I'm taking you down, I'm taking you down when I go down. I'm taking you down, I'm taking you down. I'm standing in the hall, I'm kicking up the wall. Yeah, because you bit me, bit me, bit me. The poison, I got the poison, I got the poison now. Yeah, I got the poison.
You have a whole playlist of it now? Cool.
Which one's this? Oh yeah, there it is. 4-minute warning.
Okay. I didn't know if this was it. I don't know what this means, but you would in the last comment.
Haha. so you
This
get a
is
whole
just a
sense of the room.
nightmare. Soon I'm gonna wake up.
You can
Someone's
Like, here,
gonna
close your
bring
eyes.
me
You can see where they are. You
Why
can
don't
feel
they
where
do
they are.
this normally?
running from the
You just have to play live. You have to play it live. Yeah.
Yeah, like I can.
hiding in the forest,
Obviously, like the drums are over here.
running through the fields,
And then Ed's over here.
Tom is like right
laying
here.
flat
Yeah, I'm
on
like
the
he's
Right
ground,
Yeah. That's cool.
just like everybody,
And the drums are way down there.
stepping overhead, running from the underground. This is your warning. 4-minute warning.
Looks like it might be
I don't wanna hear
you
it.
might have to pause and restart.
I don't wanna
It's
know.
still going. It's just a little choppy, I guess.
I just wanna run and hide.
Just pause. Don't stop recording.
This is just a nightmare. Soon I'm gonna wake up. Someone's gonna bring me round. This
Pause the
is
stream. Don't stop it. So
a
people
warning.
because it's behind the phone.
4-minute warning.
Oh.
Can't. So we were going to try to pause the stream for a minute, but
That's weird that it didn't.
so we're trying to see why you guys are it's freezing up over there. So while we're waiting on that,
That's weird. Normally it has a pause there, doesn't it?
no, for recording it does. No.
All right, so it seems like everything. Otherwise, it's fine. It's not.
It was booted. Yeah, so we're trying to figure out what's going on. Everything seems to be okay on this end. I don't see any, nothing's glitchy over here.
Can you guys see nothing, or is it just frozen?
Some of you guys are losing the feed completely. Well, it's better now.
We just give it
Maybe
a
there was
bit
just
to-
too much bandwidth coming out of here. Camera overheating. Maybe I'm overheating.
He says no too soon. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
maybe there's
So maybe we'll call it a night at this point, just to and continue the stream.
You could always do a separate video on the B sides.
Yeah, we'll
Because
do
you only did
we'll
two
do
of
a
them.
separate video on the B side. Yeah.
No,
uh,
Wooter says
I don't think it's a copyright
no,
problem
because
because
they would have shut us down.
yeah, they would have
already,
shut
yeah.
us down and
And I
said
would have
and
gotten
said
a
so.
notification.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been like 105 degrees here for days.
Yeah.
So
So
maybe there's just something going on.
yeah, maybe there's some congestion on the web or something like that. So so we're gonna call it a night, and we'll get back to into the rest of this side.
For sure, yeah, because there's
yeah.
like 5 good songs on this. 5
Yeah.
or 6.
So anyway, so I want to thank you guys for coming along for the ride, and if there's any new watchers out there, we always want to remind you to like and subscribe. We're closing in on 7,000, and yeah, we'd like to get there. And yeah, my computer should be fine. It's a brand new Mac Studio, man. This thing could go on forever. So I don't think it's anything there. The camera seems to be fine. I'm not showing any issues here.
But also, this never happened, so it's probably just something random.
Yeah, I think it's just network congestion over there. Are you glitching out on here?
No.
No.
But I also let me see what's.
Because Allie has it on the phone over
Let
here.
me watch it live and see. No, because it was probably a streaming issue, not. So your video, your recording's probably going to be fine. Yeah, I think it was just the streaming of it. We should do a separate video for all the B-sides from each album.
I can't play it sitting like this.
Oh, you mean like this?
Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys. And by the way, that little piece I just played there was one of mine. It's called Spring Street.
It was?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Anyway, I'll see you guys next time around. And hopefully we won't have any kind of glitchy issues there. Okay?
Probably not.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. If the camera doesn't pause every once in a while, there's a short blackout. Okay. See, if I had a problem with my camera, I'd be seeing it here on OBS.
Also, we've done longer videos, I think.
Yeah, it'd be cutting out over here.
Oh,
So
look at this.
I'm thinking it's some kind of network congestion that's lowering the upload speed, which doesn't make sense because we've done this plenty of times before. So it must be just a temporary thing that's going on. Is this happening for everybody or just some of you?
It seems
That's the
like
question.
More than one, so at least a few people.
Well, it could be their location.
I was gonna say maybe where.
So
it's
are there
streaming.
some of you out there that don't have any blackouts or glitches? So
Yeah, because that would make the difference.
that's what we want to know. Anyone out there? No glitches? No blackouts? Because I think that's what I heard somebody say before. Because if that's the case, then it's just whatever
Yeah.
trunk you guys are getting your feed from is got some kind of congestion.
Oh,
You think it's all of you guys?
so maybe it's us, our area.
All right. Anyway, that's it, guys. See you next time. And if we figure out what's going on, if it's on our end, we'll get it fixed up. All right. See you in a bit. Well, in a day or two. I plan on doing some more reactions tomorrow, so I'll be posting some more stuff tomorrow. All right.